Our truck does $200,000 a year, and I'm gonna show you exactly how we've got our pressure washing skid laid out so that if you go to build your own skid, you kind of have an idea of what needs to happen. Now, I'm gonna be jumping back and forth between a lot of different parts, so let's jump inside and look at it on a whiteboard first. Welcome to our headquarters. Behind me, we've got our whiteboard here. I'm gonna show you exactly how the water gets from the customer's house through our equipment and then back onto it. It's the circle of life. So right here, you've got your customer's house and their water spigot. Their spigot is fueling our garden hose. This is just normal, nothing special about this garden hose. Goes to this. We've got it on a reel, so that's why we've got that here. Goes to the next thing, which is our filter. This filter filters out all of the water that is coming in from the house, is taking out any kind of loose debris, anything that may have been in the spigot or the water line. Then it comes through what's called a jumper hose. This jumper hose basically is just saying it's jumping from one thing to another. So it's going up into the top of our water tank right here. That says water hose. It's not a water hose, it's a water tank. So we've got our water tank here, and from here it fuels into here. Now this is another jumper hose, or also known as an inlet hose. Inside of this we've got what's called our quick connect. This allows us to disconnect this line and winterize the whole system when it drops below freezing here in Nashville. So in other climates you may not need these. In northern climates, you might really need one of these. And so just a simple quick connect, and I'll show you what that looks like. A filter, a second filter to filter out everything that's inside this water tank. And we finally have gotten to our pressure washer. Now this is just the pump. The pressure washer on the truck looks a little bit differently, but this is just where the water's going. So we've got our pump right here, which is on the side of the engine. It's gonna pressurize everything in here and shoot it out this way to this intersection. This intersection is what's called our unloader. And so what this unloader does is it helps direct the water based off of if you're engaging or disengaging the wand. So when you're cleaning and you let off the wand, it's going to, instead of building up pressure inside the line, this spring is gonna come up and it's gonna redirect the water back into this tank. And so it's gonna circulate like this. This is gonna keep the pump from overheating and damaging the internals of the pump. When you do engage the wand, instead of going up, the spring comes down and redirects the water this way, where you hit our downstreamer. As you can see, our black marker ran out of ink, so we switched to purple. This is your downstream chemical injector. This is what's gonna allow you to do soft washing with a pressure washing machine. The way that we have this plumbed is we've got a simple hose going directly into the top of the downstreamer with a three-way switch. So you can either pull water or you can pull chemical or soap, what's in your chemical tank. Right now we've got the switch pointing to the left, which means it's gonna pull water from the tank through these lines down through the downstreamer, and you're gonna be rinsing. This is just gonna be water. If you wanna apply soap to the home, you turn this switch to the right, make it point this way, and you're gonna pull chemical from the chemical tank down through here, and it's gonna integrate the chemical with the water, which is why it's called a downstream chemical injector. It's shooting it downstream. So from here, it's going into this hose reel right here, which is our pressure hose. Comes out the end. We've got our on and off ball valve, which allows us to shut off the pressure of the water to switch from a surface cleaner to a wand or vice versa. And then we finally have our wand where it sprays out the other end. And so this is a very simple layout of how our skids are built and rearranged. And so we're gonna show you a full view of this board so you can pause it, screenshot it, whatever you need to do, and use this as a template as you're building out your own skid. So next we've got our water tank. This is a 200-gallon water tank custom fit for this skid. From the water tank, it goes through this T intersection at the bottom of the tank It can either come out towards just this dump valve here, where if we needed to dump the water from the tank, we just open that up and it's super easy. Or it goes to the left up this blue hose into this ball valve right here. That ball valve is attached to a quick connect. It's going to allow us to winterize the whole system in the winter months. So if you're in a northern area, you're definitely going to want that. And then it goes into another filter. That filter leads it through this blue hose into the back of this pressure washing pump. This is where the magic happens. This is going to pressurize all the water and it's going to send it to this intersection right here. You've got one of two ways. It can go this way or it can go down through this black hose. When you engage or disengage your wand, it's telling this bypass to do something, or also known as an unloader. When you let go of your wand, it's going to redirect the water through this black hose back into the top of the tank. And so it's constantly going to be circulating the water. The pump's always going to be working, having new, fresh, cold water running through it, which keeps the whole system cool. When you engage the wand, this spring moves down and redirects the water back through this hose right here. This hose is called a whip hose or a jumper hose. They're usually 3 to 8 feet long, depending on how far you need to go. All it does is it takes you to the pressure hose reel, which is back on the other side of this truck. All right, so now that it's jumping from the machine on the other side to here, it's going to come to our downstream chemical injector. This is what is going to allow us to do soft washing with our 8-gallon per minute machine. The switch on the right side of this reel is going to allow you to either select water to rinse or select soap to basically apply your house wash solution or driveway pre-soap onto whatever you're trying to clean. And so all you have to do is rotate that down and now you're on soap. So we always like to end the day on rinse just to kind of keep everything flushed out and rinsed out, no chemicals sitting in the system. And then that's going to run through this gray hose here. At the end, we've got our on and off ball valve. When the engine is on and the pressure washer is working, you can turn this off, disconnect your wand, and reconnect it through a quick connect system, just like this. And so you can easily pull down this collar and plug it back in. Really, this whole setup is like adult Legos. You can move these things around, you can rearrange things. It's a ton of fun once you kind of understand how everything works. And using that template that I showed you guys earlier will really give you a good structure for how everything should go, but you can make this however you want. So that is the video for our basic truck setup. There are a lot of features on this skid that we didn't go over, like the soft wash system, the Flow Pro, the equipment that we use as far as wands, surface cleaners, ladders, all the things that we keep inside the truck as well. So you'll want to stay tuned by subscribing, liking it if you like the content, and then hit that bell notification so when we come out with our next informative video like this one, you can watch it at the same time. So we'll see you next time. Peace.